um, young racers, young shredders. He he's from North Carolina. He has grown up in the Denver, North Carolina area, and he is such an amazing rider, such an amazing kid, amazing family. Can't say enough about him. What's up, Mason?
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So I was just introducing you when you were joining in. I was telling everybody, how old are you? 11?
11. Yes.
11. You're 11, but you don't act like you're 11. You act like you're 15, 16 or older. Your parents have done a great job raising you. You're always using your manners, and you're so nice. You're so kind. We appreciate you. You're a great rider. I'm gonna just go ahead and start right off the bat. What do you think makes you a good rider?
I think just practicing is the most reason. I mean, because some people think like, oh, I have to train all these days, but what really like made me a really good rider is just practicing on the track.
Yep. Well, and going off of that, one reason I loved having you on the team, obviously you're a great kid. You make great grades because education is very, very important. As we all know, we're on the USA BMX Foundation page, which is what we focus on. But on top of that, your dad sent me a video the other day of you at the pump track. You on a triple, you pull, manualed, and bump jumped. Like for those of you that don't know that, like I probably can't even do that to this day. So tell us, like, I mean, what do you just love trying new things? Is that what that's what BMX is? Do you love doing new things,
Yeah.
trying new jumps?
Yeah. So that day I was like warming up a little bit, so I decided to try all these weird lines, like a manual the whole straight or something. And then
Yep.
my dad said, "Go pull me into the bump jump on the triple." I was like, "I'll try it, okay." I no
of
skated a couple times, so then I finally got
Of course, Dad made you do it. Well, for those of you who don't know, I've known Mason for a long time because I grew up in North Carolina as well. And he came to one of my clinics a long time ago, and I asked him to jump the step up out of the last corner. And Mom and Dad were not happy about it. They were like, "No, no, he's a ground guy. He's a ground guy. We got grands coming up." I said, "No, he's going to jump it." And, sure enough, you went for it and
it.
cased it a few times, but you got it eventually. And look, now your parents are telling you to jump stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So, we've gotten started. What I did with Cam Wood last week was a this or that, which we're going to go into right away. I love doing this. It's just kind of fun. For those of you out there that are watching, I'm going to give him two options, and he's got to pick between them. So whatever he likes, whatever the first thing that comes to your mind, you pick, okay?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All righty. So let's do this. All right. Black or orange?
Orange.
Step up or double?
Double.
Rhythm section or six pack of doubles?
Six pack of doubles by far.
Peanut butter or jelly?
Jelly.
Ford or Chevy?
Ford all day.
That was a test. Math or science?
Math.
Fishing or scuba diving?
Scuba diving.
American food or Mexican food?
American.
Cookies or brownies?
Ooh, brownies.
Straight A's or first place at the national?
Straight A's.
Joey Logano or Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Joey, because he's a Ford.
Yeah, that was another test. I like it. All right, last one. Carolina blue or navy blue?
Carolina blue.
Oh, see that's where I thought you would go navy blue because isn't it go blue and go for Michigan colors?
Yeah, but that's Navy, not.
It's all right. I'm with you on the Carolina blue. We'll talk to your pops later. He might not be happy about that, but it's all right. For those of you who don't know, Mark's a big Michigan fan. Mason, you are too, but
Yes.
if we're talking just colors, you would pick
Yeah.
Carolina blue. All right. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's get into it a little bit. What have you been up to lately?
I've been trying to just stay busy as most I can. I've been doing my schoolwork online, as well as just riding my bike around the neighborhood and going to the pump track at my friend's house. He has a couple jumps over in his woods, so those are pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so lately I've been driving our Ranger around a little bit, so with
Cool.
my friend
You
also.
know, You don't have a license though.
Not yet.
You're a few years off from that.
Yes.
Have you been doing some training?
Yes, I have. So I've been doing some Zoom calls with my trainer who would usually come to the gym or, like
Yep.
interact with me usually, but we have to
Yep.
call Zoom now. And I've been doing a lot of sprints also. So
Okay.
that's been good.
What have you been doing? Like, what kind of exercises do you do with the Zoom call with your trainer?
So we was just doing like basic stuff like push-ups, pull-ups, jumping jacks, burpees, jump rope, like the
Okay.
basic stuff.
That's
Like
cool.
minute and a half work and then 20-second rest or something like that.
Yeah. And then you said you've been doing sprints as well?
Yes, sir.
Because it's important to stay active during this time, right?
Yes.
So yeah, for those of you listening, obviously we're going to get into some more education, but I personally can't speak to how important it is to stay active, to stay, eat right, get a lot of sleep. How many hours of sleep do you sleep a night?
Probably 9 to 9.5, with
That's what I'm
only
talking about.
about one wake up during the night, so not too bad.
Well, good. You're getting lots of sleep, staying healthy, staying active. Um, yeah, so it seems like you've been riding your park bike and like we were talking about down the street at the pump track. Have you been enjoying riding different bikes other than just your BMX race bike?
Yes, that's been really fun. So the park bike is probably my favorite bike, especially right now, because
Yep.
you can do basically anything with it. And so, but I'm really excited about the Fireball, you guys' dirt trip that I'm getting. I
Yeah.
think it's coming in June or July, so I can't wait for that to come. It just looks like
Yeah.
a blast.
It's a sweet bike. It's a lot of fun. Um, this one's from Mike. What's up with the socks? What's up with you and socks? Let's get the lowdown. How many socks
So,
do you have and what kinds do you have?
so I have about 60 pairs of socks.
60?
So me and Peyton are kind of on the same page. I don't know what Cam's up to over there, but he just short socks that are white.
I know Cam and I got to get on the sock game apparently. Let's hear it. What's up with the socks?
So it started when I was like really young, like first and second grade. I started to like just like American socks, like that had eagles on it and just American flags. Then I got some Australian socks because Sam and Elise. I was like, okay, these are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I got 2 pairs of those, and then I got these donut socks, and I wore those like almost every day. So then I just started getting more random socks. So now I have a cat inside a burrito and stuff. So
That one's cool. What's the most interesting sock you have?
um probably my Christmas socks. It's a sloth that says "Hope your Christmas is slow" or something, and it's hanging off the tree. It's
That
like, what the heck?
that's awesome. I love it. Um, let's get into school a little bit. So you've had to, like everybody right now, switch to online classes, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. How's it going doing the online and what's your favorite subject?
So it's been really good doing it online. I get stuff done a lot quicker because I don't have to wait for everybody to do their questions and stuff.
Yep.
But it's been really good to, be online and interact with the computer, and because we can still like Zoom and everything, so we still get to see each other.
Do you
But
guys
right
Zoom as a
now,
classroom?
yes.
Okay.
Right
What?
now, I'd say my favorite subject is math, probably,
Yeah.
because we're doing the end of year test right now. It's just math. It's
All
really fun.
right. What's the toughest one right now? The toughest subject?
Probably reading.
Reading.
Yeah.
You're on the same boat than I was then. When I was younger, I struggled with reading. I didn't care for it too much. I really loved math, loved numbers and adding all together. So that was that I loved math. I've learned to read more and more, and it's obviously a very important
Yeah.
thing to work on. But I like that we're in the same boat on that. So at the USA BMX Foundation, we focus on STEM education. Your dad's in NASCAR and deals with STEM every day.
Yeah.
How do you use STEM every day?
So lately, I've been using STEM by actually building our C track with a couple of my friends over across the street. So
Nice.
we've been building some wood obstacles. So we got to like measure everything and make sure we cut it right and stuff.
Yeah.
And
So do you actually use a tape measure and measure out the boards before you use them and cut them and stuff?
sometimes we do, yes.
Nice. And so you're dealing with angles, all
Yeah.
different measurements, and
Yes.
love it. And so is the RC track, is it across the street in the neighborhood?
Yes, it is.
All right, I love it. Well, let's stay on that. Well, let's talk a little bit about the track modeling project. I saw Kevin just mention something about it. Let's so the take home track modeling program, for those of you who don't know, it's usually in schools for fourth graders, where they work together, they conceptualize, they see BMX racing for the first time through pictures and videos, and they go into the classroom. They actually get to go to the track and experience it. They get to ride it, but they get the firsthand perspective of, what kind of jumps should there be, how tall they should be, all those different aspects. But then they
Yeah.
see how important lights are to run at night and all these different things. So we encouraged everybody at home to do their own project, and Mason here did a project. So do you want to show everybody your project?
Yeah, I can show it to you guys right now.
I know Sam just asked, is it a road course or an oval course? It's not an oval. This isn't Bowman Gray or NASCAR.
I didn't do NASCAR. Sorry about that.
All right.
So,
What do you got?
this is my track. So what I did with this track is I thought of a lot of tracks that I actually really like from the places that I've been, and I combined a lot of my favorite features in the tracks into this track.
Okay.
So one of my local tracks, Hornet's Nest, we have their starting hill along with the E6. Pretend that's painted into the hill.
That's good logo placement. I like it.
Yeah. And then Circle City's big roller / drop off out of the first turn is the first jump. So, and then we got another one of my local tracks, Rock Hill, their big triple into the first turn. And then you might not know this one, but Trumbull, Connecticut, their first turn, even though their turn is a right-hander, not a left.
Yep.
But it's just really low, fast, and swoopy, along with all the banners and sponsors like Answer, the Foundation, and Mongoose.
Love it.
So the second straight, we have Nashville's famous table. You guys probably already know that one.
Yep.
Pittsburgh and South Park second straight, their third double. And in the last turn, we have the 2007 World Championships that was held in Canada, who was actually won by Kyle Bennett. I wasn't even born yet, but I watched the videos, so
yeah,
came to mind. And we have Houston's massive last turn, along with Tioga and the other Mongoose for the banners on top of the turn. And these two rollers are from Morristown, Tennessee on their first straight. And you can probably guess this one.
Hold on. You got to show that. I see Sam Willoughby's in here. Show him that jump and see if he knows what this last jump is, because he's the king of this one. And he should know this one.
The last jump.
The last jump. That looks like a step table, right?
Yes, sir.
The best step table ever made. Let's see if Sam Willoughby can answer this one before you do. Explain what's in the middle of the track.
So the middle of the track, these are actually tumbleweeds that I found in the closet. They're usually for starting charcoal, but right now we're using for hay bales and tough blocks. This grassy stuff is usually used for like Easter basket grass.
Perfect.
So I just put that in the middle. And these wood chips are from the smoker. So just grab the handful of those and
love it.
Side of the track. And also in the middle, we have the candles, which if you want me to show them, we can, but we get going. But we use those for our lights. So
love it. So Sam answered. He said the Rock last straight before the Jackals finish line. Is that true? Is it Rockford?
Yes, it is.
I saw Cam Wood say it was Rockford as well, so they get it. So yeah, it was really cool that you took different jumps from different tracks and applied them to yours. For those of you, if you're not in BMX and don't understand what we're talking about, there's over 350 tracks in the United States, and Mason here has been able to travel to different tracks. And so he's adding what he likes in a track to his track, what he would build. So he's taking what he likes from different tracks, adding them in. That's really what's cool about BMX, is you get to experience different tracks, and you basically become the engineer to put everything together. Yeah. And so, we encourage people to put recycled materials on their track, which again, you did with the Easter egg basket for grass, you did with the wood chips. For those of you who heard him talk about the lights, honestly, they sent me a video of it. It was the coolest thing ever when he had that thing lit up at night. I actually have, I think the video here, I'm going to pull up. Sorry, I'm going to see if I can turn my camera around. Look at how cool this thing looks at night. I mean, that's full on. We're racing at night. I mean, this was honestly probably one of the coolest things I had ever seen with in regards to, you know, just thinking outside the box and you know, doing something different. So I applaud you, Mason. That was awesome, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you talked about your track. We went through that. Outside of BMX, what are some of your interests? I heard you like to fish and scuba dive.
Yes, sir. So we've also been going up to our cabin in West Virginia, and
Okay.
we fish there a lot too. That's where I've been driving the Ranger, but we can't go up there every day because it's like 2.5 hours. So I wish
Right.
we could. That place is so much fun. So
And your parents have to work, right? And I mean, you got
yes,
school,
yeah,
so
yeah,
would be nice to go away all the
yeah.
time, right? And you like fishing, right? What's the biggest fish you've caught?
Um, Probably at Robert Yates Pond, probably about a 2.5 pounder.
All right. I like
Yeah.
it. 2.5 pounds of meat, baby. That's awesome. Um, what is your favorite BMX track and why?
My favorite BMX track is actually Chula Vista, California, because their last straight. Because at that time I was not a ground guy; I was starting to be an air guy. So
Yeah.
their last straight was so much fun at that time because I could just jump the whole thing, and their rhythm section was also really fun because it was deep and I could really just manual through it. So
Yeah,
that
dude.
track was amazing.
The your manual abilities are they're really good. I mean, you're jumping a lot more now too, but your manuals have blown me away. You manual bigger stuff than I could for sure. Um, if you were I'm gonna just keep going, changing gears here a little bit. If you were a superhero, what would your powers be?
If I was a superhero, I'd probably have teleportation because if I'm in a bad situation, I could just teleport somewhere that's safe, or I can just go to any BMX track I want. So that would be
This
amazing.
honestly, this is I don't know. This is honestly you're mini me, or you're just one of my favorite kids ever. I mean, you are, but I literally thought the exact same thing as a kid. I was like, if I could teleport, I was like, I could go ride any track anytime. Like,
Yes.
and imagine how easy travel would be. That'd be awesome. So I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even think about that for a while, but that one is the best one for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You qualified for Worlds, and
Yes.
obviously with everything going on, they've been postponed or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know, postponed or canceled right now.
I
But
think it's been postponed.
what are your thoughts on it? Are you bummed? Are you
Yeah.
excited you get a little more time to train? What's
A
where you
little
at?
bit of both. I'm mostly bummed because I was really excited of racing there because that would
Yep,
be my first time racing worlds on flats, and I feel like I had a really good shot of making the main.
yep,
So, but it's also good because I do get some more time to prepare and work on everything that I need to work on. So it's been kind of like a 50-50 kind of thing. So
yep.
it's been good.
For those of you in the BMX industry, as we know, the flat pedals has come into play. One thing that I've always seen with you is, this is the first year you've had to race on flats to qualify for Worlds, but you're always riding. Again, we talked about your park bike and going out to the BMX track on your flats. Like even before this was mandated, do you enjoy riding flats, and do you feel like that betters your skills?
Yeah, I really enjoy riding flats because it does help my skills, and it's just really fun trying to like clear other things that are really kind of easier on clips and trying to do them on flats. Gives me a challenge to do, so it's been fun.
For sure. So you see, I got this little map behind me.
Yeah.
This is my wife Melissa's little classroom. We love to travel, but this map is not nearly as cool as yours. Can you tell everybody about your map and what you use it for?
So my map is actually in my room, so I can't really show you guys right now.
All good.
But what it marks is all the places that I've been for with my bike. So I've actually been to 23 states with my bike and raced there. So, and I've had
Did you
that
say
map for
23 states?
23, yes.
And you're 11 years old?
Yes.
Awesome. Well,
So
that's the cool thing about BMX, right? Is that you're able to go to all these cool states just to ride your bike.
yeah, that's been like the most amazing part.
Yeah. And so you've been able to honestly make some really cool videos and explain to people where you are. You're racing bikes, but then, you're putting in some education, giving them a fun fact or anything. Do you remember what your fact was from Phoenix, for example, that you shared?
From Phoenix, I was actually standing in front of a saguaro cactus, and their arms can take up to 200 years to grow, and they can hold up to 200 gallons of water at one time.
Like, who would have thought? Like, honestly, I live in Arizona and I don't even know that. So that was really cool. And it's been really cool to see you make these videos and to just tell people, your bike or my bike has taken me all around the world or all around the country, but I'm also, learning along the way and learning new things. So that's part of why it's been really cool with the foundation, USA BMX Foundation. We work with STEM education. We do reading, science, technology, engineering, and math. And so, you're a great ambassador for that because you're a young, talented rider, but you also focus on education, which is really great. I'm going to switch gears a little bit, go back to some racing. Who was your favorite rider growing up? Or I guess
And
you're
I'm
still
still growing
young.
up right now, so so my favorite ride is probably Sam, because we've just been friends for a long time. He's such a cool guy just to hang out with. Really nice.
Yep, yep. Sam Willoughby's pretty awesome. There's a lot of us that look up to him still to this day. I know I do. Um, Camp Posey. Do you want me to explain Camp Posey or do you want to
I think
explain
you can
Camp
probably
Posey?
explain it a little better than I can. So
So we're going to go into a quick story time. I won't take up too much time, but so I was training for the Worlds in North Carolina and I was staying with some friends and Sean Gain was with me and we were staying at some friend's house and Mason goes to summer camp all the time. And one day I asked his parents, I said, what does he do during the day? And they were like, oh, he goes to summer camp. I go, well, where at? And they're like, oh, the YMCA or whatever. And I was like, well, why don't you just have him hang out with me for the day? And they were like, okay, sure. So they drop him off. We go fishing in the morning. We're hanging out. I'm like, all right, let's go do something else. We walk outside and he goes, I got shotgun. And we look over and Sean's like, well, he called it. So Mason hops in the front seat. And I look over. I'm like, are you allowed to sit up here? And he's like, yeah. It's like, all right, cool. So we're driving around. We go to the where do we go to the bounce house or sorry, the like trampoline park.
trampoline park, yeah.
We went to Top Golf. We were supposed to do sprints, but we didn't do any
Yeah.
of those. We went to the track later that day to ride, which was fun. And then his parents came to the track and we go to leave and we're going to go to get dinner. And he goes, I got shotgun again and runs and gets in my car. And then I see mama walking towards me with the eyes. And I was like, oh no. And I looked over at Mason. I said, you're not supposed to be up here, are you? And he goes, nope. And I was like, you little turd. So that was Camp Posey. He got me in trouble that day. At least we survived. So I don't know if he's allowed to come back to Camp Posey, but we did have a lot of fun. We learned that you have to be, I think, 11 or 12?
12, like
Yeah,
100
12 to sit in
or
the
something.
shotgun now. And that was 2 or 3 years ago. So you learn something new every day. So that was Camp Posey. But it was fun, right?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Speaking of fun, what's one advice or one piece of advice you would give to younger riders or beginners starting in BMX?
So I would just say, like, try to have fun on your bike. Like, once we start going back to the track, like, after all this thing is over, just
Mm-hmm.
have fun riding your bike. Because that's what I did when I was really young. I didn't do any, like, sprints or weightlifting training or something like that.
Well,
I
you're
just,
still
but,
young and you're still having fun, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so that's
So I was just
perfect.
riding my bike. So how that worked out.
Yep. Um, what is your favorite part about BMX?
Probably the traveling, because each state has their own personality to the to it. So it's cool just seeing because some states have like flat ground, other states have big rocky mountains, other states have cool cities. Like it's just really cool seeing all the landmarks of each state.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And then how's it been riding for Mongoose? Has it been cool, fun, scary? I mean,
It's
What's it
been
like?
really fun. It's been quite the experience also.
Yeah.
So they've just been really nice to me, you know, especially Peyton and Cam, just really good teammates just to hang out with in between motos. And
Yep.
so, yeah, it's just a great team with the foundation and what we're doing right now. So it's been really
Yeah.
good.
Absolutely. Um, I got another one here. Changing gears again. What's up with the gas pump? Tell us a little bit about this gas pump video.
So Ford Performance and Roush Yates asked us to uh, help share some tips while pumping gas to stay safe. So we did a little video about that, like introducing myself, giving them some facts. I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys knew this, but a fuel nozzle has 11,000 times the bacteria of a toilet seat.
Whose
So,
toilet seat though? I mean, that's the biggest question. I mean,
yeah.
how do we, regulate that? Is this at a gas station toilet seat or is this my home? Cause like, I clean quite often, but I'm just kidding. So 11,000 times?
Yes.
Wow. In the video, you also tried to put some gas in your Mongoose, but it didn't really work out so well, did it?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find a spot, so I just decided to run home, get some fuel there.
I like it. The Mongoose doesn't need any fuel. It has you to ride it, so we're good. We're good. All right. So, is there anything else? I have a few questions on the chat, and if you guys that are tuned in, if you guys have any questions, send them in now. We'll go through them with Mason real quick. But is there anything else you want to share, or anything you want to say? Shout out anybody? Anything?
I'd just say try to stay safe as you can. You know, try to have fun. If you have a bike, just ride around the street if you can. Just try to stay active.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Again, we've talked about it a few times, but just being on your bike, no matter if it's your BMX bike, your park bike, your mountain bike, whatever it is, just ride flat pedals, have fun, and you're gonna build skill and you're gonna build speed by learning those skills on and
Yep.
off the track. Everybody thinks you got to do gates and do sprints all the time, but um,
Yeah.
a lot of that skill comes from riding pump tracks or building jumps in the backyard and jumping those, which I know I see videos and pictures of you building new jumps all the time. So I love that. So yeah, Pop Tart, I see you in here. The recommendation from going to clips to flats, how to prep and practice. That's basically it. Is throw those flat pedals on all the time, whether you're riding the pump track, skate park, ride at the track. Take your time getting used to them, and then progress into it, getting faster and doing more manuals and jumps. Peyton said, "Who's your favorite girl teammate?"
Well, I only have one favorite girl teammate because I only have one girl teammate right now.
You have two. There's Cam and Peyton. Just kidding. Just kidding. I love it. I love it. Somebody asked thoughts on this year's nationals. Do you think we're going to be able to get out and race?
I'm hoping we will. So I think we actually will going back. So I've been trying to just try to get prepared for, whenever it does come back because it could be like tomorrow or something. So
You're obviously working out. You're riding
prepared.
bikes. You're ready to go, right?
Yes, sir.
Roush Yates Engines wants to know, who is that in the background?
So right there, that's actually Elise. So from her from Sam and Elise's wedding, they had the little face things. We could like put it on and it looked like it. So we just kept ours and we still have it. So we just decided to put in a little hook over there. So now it sits there.
She's always watching you. Make sure you're doing your training. Make sure you on it, right? Because
Yeah.
she's a proponent of training, racing, and I know she's a big proponent of education. Make sure you're doing your schoolwork, right?
Yes.
All right. So Sam asked, if you had your superpower and could go to 3 tracks in a day anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I'd probably go to Paris, California, because that track's also really fun.
Okay.
I'd probably go to Okehili because that's my second favorite track.
Okay.
And I would probably go to Trumbull because their second straight has a bunch of tables and doubles. So
Nice. All right. So you're going, sorry, Okehili all the way down in Florida. You're going
Yes.
to Trumbull, Connecticut, so all the way up the East Coast. And then what was your third one again?
Paris,
Lake
California.
Paris. So you're going all the way out to California. Man, if you don't have that superpower, that's a lot of
Yeah,
driving. Yeah,
that would be pretty hard.
we're gonna have to ask Roush Yates to step up those engines and get us there a little faster, right? Um, so last question here. What's your favorite East Coast track?
I'm gonna say probably Nashville.
Nashville.
Yeah, that track's just really fun.
I love that you're talking about Trumbull, you're talking about Okehely, you got Nashville. Like, no, seriously, and that's what's really cool about BMX is because again, you get to experience so many different tracks, have fun, race on all different skill levels, all different types of jumps, all different types of tracks.
Yeah.
I know personally that's one of my favorite things about BMX is there's a new challenge at every single track. If you go to a new one, you're like, oh, maybe I can jump that double, or oh, maybe I could do this triple line, or whatever that is. So, all right. Well, Mason, I want to say a huge thank you for joining in today, and thank you
No
everybody
problem.
for and thanks everybody for tuning in. Mason here. Do you make what before we leave? What kind of grades do you make?
This year I was above 93s the whole time.
Above 93s, which means all A's, right?
Yes.
So you get all A's. That takes a lot of hard work, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so
Yeah.
with USA BMX Foundation, with all of our STEM education and all of our educational programs, it's important, obviously, that we focus on education. And so you're a massive proponent of that and to represent the foundation. So we applaud you and appreciate you for that. You're also just a great rider, a great person. And that's why, I truly wanted you to be on Mongoose. And so we appreciate you being a part of the Mongoose family and the foundation family. Is there anything else you got for us?
Not really.
All right. Well, thanks for joining in, Mason. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Stay safe.